How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the Caribbean Corner, and welcome to our first ever hotel review. About 2 weeks ago, we stayed at the Iberostar Origin Laguna Azul in Veradero, in Cuba, of course. Here is the front of the hotel. I'm going to give you guys a walk up to the front of the hotel. I'm going to be doing an honest review on this hotel, the staff, the cleanliness, the food, everything about the hotel. So I'm going to try to be as unbiased as possible in this review. So make sure you guys stay tuned if you're trying to go, or if you're planning a visit to Cuba or this hotel. Make sure you guys tune in, because I wish people had told me certain things before I actually planned my trip to go. I'll be sharing a few of my tips, travel tips for you guys if you're planning to go to Cuba. If you're planning to stay at this particular hotel, there's some things I think you need to know. I've seen a lot of people on TikTok especially making shorts about this particular hotel. And I guess it's just the nature of social media to be the envy of all your friends, so you only highlight the best parts of your trip. But I will be sharing my honest opinion. Will I be revisiting this hotel in the future? Will I be even going back to Cuba in the near future? Stay tuned to the end, I'll let you guys know. Also, if you have stayed at this hotel, whether it's been this year, the year before, let us know in the comments below if you have any tips for anyone planning on going in the comments below, because I personally wish I had more tips and more insight into the hotel, into Cuba in general. That being said, I did go to Cuba about 9-10 years ago. It's completely different now than it was back then, but similar, I should say. Anyways, here's the lobby of the hotel. On the left hand side is the front desk. That's where you go check in. On this day, they had a bunch of cars set up for us to look at, take pictures. Here's the hotel grounds. I must say, the lobby, the hotel grounds is beautiful. They do manage to keep the grounds and the main lobby looking immaculate, I must say. Early morning, there's people out cleaning the pools. There's people out cleaning the lobby. So I must say, from aesthetic standpoint, from a visual standpoint, the grounds, the main lobby. All right, here's a couple tips that I'm going to give you guys. If you're coming from Canada, our lowest cash bill is $5. So even though you're not obligated to tip here, you're treated way better if you do tip. So I would suggest that you go get American dollar bills, single dollar bills to use for tipping. Though this is advertised as a family resort, I would not consider it a family resort. Some of the staff, especially around the pool area when there's parties or anything like that going on, tend to act a bit inappropriate around young girls. Just something to be aware of if you are planning to bring your daughters, your young daughters to this resort, or your young kids to this resort. Just be aware that this does occur. I did read this in a Google review and did see this firsthand, so just make sure. They also don't do valid checks on like the bracelets and stuff like that, because I did bring my 13-year-old son, and just physically looking at him, they thought he was older and was offering him drinks. So just make sure you guys know that if you're bringing your kids there and they do look older than their age, that they might be offered drinks. The beach itself is very beautiful. If you're planning on going for a stroll, it's very beautiful. I wish they did clean up some of the seaweed there. Also, the music choices that they play, if you do speak English and you do understand, they do play some music that has a lot of swearing. So just make sure you guys know that if you have kids around, there are going to be music there, are going to be playing music with a ton of swearing inside of it. They do play a lot of music at this resort, so if you are looking for a peaceful vacation, like you wanted some time alone, I would not suggest you going here. They do start early. For the buffet, I have to say they do have a fantastic selection of food for the buffet. That being said, the food is not great at the buffet, but this is Cuba. Right? I mean, everyone knows that I think every buffet in Cuba, they are very limited to stuff that they get due to sanctions, due to embargoes. If you're looking for an authentic Cuban experience, I would say this is perfect. As for myself, I do like a lot of spice in my food, but I do completely understand the political reasoning why they do not have certain things in their country. If you're like me, I would suggest that you guys bring a hot sauce with you as well. But it's not always about the hot sauce. I mean, there's not seasoning in the food. A lot of it is bland, I'll be honest with you. But for the most part, if you're not picky and if you're okay with that, this is perfect for you. I would say the 5th day into our trip, I was sick of the buffet. I couldn't even go to it. The most I would go down there was for bread. Now, the worst part of the trip, I have to say, was the room. When we first got there, we got 2 rooms. The first room there was spit all over the mirror on the first room. The toilet wasn't clean. The second room, the shower head is broken. The place wasn't cleaned properly. According to hotel staff, they're supposed to come every day and clean the rooms, but they came, I would say, about twice. During our 7-day stay, they came twice to clean the rooms, and all they did was maybe move the bed sheets around and made the beds. They didn't clean the floors, they didn't clean the toilets, nothing. We had 2 rolls of toilet paper to last us 7 days. We kept going to the front desk like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times to get toilet paper and nobody came. It got so bad that we had to go to the main lobby downstairs to steal toilet paper to bring it back to our room. So make sure you guys, if you guys are going, bring your toilet papers. Would I suggest anyone going here? No. But if you are planning on going, just be prepared. Make sure to subscribe.